Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the Breeders' Cup World Championship from Keeneland Racecourse in Lexington, Kentucky here on Friday. It is October 30th, 2015. I just love the Breeders' Cup, my favorite time of the year for horse racing. These next 2 days are going to be wild. Really, really like it. You have better opportunities all around. So, I just love it. I really do. Started the holiday season in my eyes, really. We have 4 races untapped for today to go. Races 6, 7, 8, and 9 are Breeders' Cup World Champion races. Gonna look at those. Gonna add race number 10, what was once a Breeders' Cup race. Not anymore, but it is. I just really like it. But if you want more selections for the undercard from Keeneland for any of the Breeders' Cup champion meet from Keeneland the next 3 days, remember to please follow me on Twitter at 316 picks for more selections. The link will be in the description box, and please subscribe and and hope you enjoy my picks. So let's get on to it. We have 4 races, and they're just very wide open races. The 6th race here. It's the 9th running of the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Turf. Grade 1 purse, $1 million here for Colts and Geldings. 2-year-olds. We have a field of 15. The 15 horses are also eligible. The post time will be at 3:30 Eastern. We have, like I said, 15 horses. 14 can run, so most likely the 15 Shake a Sheiks or Shake a Shakes will be out of it. Is running an undercard race at Keeneland on Saturday morning. But going 1 mile here on the turf course, a uniquely designed turf course, and you probably all know Keeneland has had a ton of rain this past few days, so the Europeans should really like it, some of them. Like I said, 15 horses. Found 3 horses here. A lot of people ask me to give out 3 selections when I do the Breeders' Cup in years past, so I'm going to go by it this year, and like when people said, I'm going to do it. So I'm going to give you 3 selections for each race. I think it's actually a little easier to do that, but I'm not giving you my top selection. I'll give you the 3 horses I like. If you follow me on Twitter, I'll give out out of the 3 which one I really like best on Twitter. So I'm just going to give you an idea because it's still 2 days away. I might change my mind, so that's why. But I'm going to go with the 6, 11, 13 in this race. I might do trifecta here of them. Might do a 10-cent super, add a few more horses, maybe just do an all. I'm not sure. But 6, 11, 13 for this race. Number 6, Birchwood at 12-1. James Doyle at 12 to 1 for Godolphin. Shipping in from Ireland, where he last ran, actually, on September 13th at Kirk. 7 furlongs on a good turf course in the Gosford Vincent O'Brien National Circus, a Group 1 that day for $340,000 in American currency. Finished third by 4 3/4 lengths. Was 6.5 to 1 that day. He was just on one pace all the way throughout the race. A very nice third place finish. Start before that was actually at the glorious Goodwood meet at the end of July 28th to be exact, on a good to soft turf course. The turf course that day should be more like the Keeneland turf course today, the way the going with the rain. And the Qatar Vintage Stakes, a Group 2 for $310,000. Finished 5th by 2 lengths. Was the favorite that day at 3 to 1. He was staying on. He just wasn't really moving. I think the mile distance for the first time in his career should really help this one here for this Irish-bred horse. And then at Newmarket, July the 11th, in the Bet 365 Superlative Stakes, a Group 2 again, won by a length at 7 to 1. This horse, again, he just was the top of his class that day. Very nice win for this one. So going to go with this one. And I'm also going to go with number 11, a California Invader here, Hollywood Don. 10 to 1 Joel Rosario here for Peter Miller, who trains this one. Last time out, this horse did try the dirt for the first time. Mile 16, September 26th in the Front Runner Stakes, a Grade 1. Finished third by 6.5 lengths with Brice Blanc up. Today gets Brice Blanc rode this horse in his last 4 career starts. Today gets Joel Rosario. But this horse finished third last time out on the dirt. He was just edging away, was rallying that day, but it wasn't his best run. First time on dirt, coming back to a course, a surface that he'll really enjoy. He has done well at. Start before that was actually at Del Mar, September the 5th. 1 mile in the Del Mar Juvenile Turf Stakes for 100 grand. won by 1.5 lengths at 4.5 to 1. He just was 3 wide in the stretch, was just all clear. It was just a very nice win for this horse that day. And then start for that broke his maiden at Del Mar over the turf course on August 12th. 1 mile, won by neck, and just an easy rail victory. Breaking from the rail today, he's breaking from all the way from post position number 11. His first career start broke from post position number 9 and finished 7th, and just was off a bit slow, didn't save ground. I think today he's much more mature since that July 26th start, even though it was a few months ago. I think he really has matured since then. Gonna go with this one at 10 to 1. And also, I'm also gonna go with the 13 here, number 13, Cymric. Hopefully, I said this right. My pronunciation of some words is not so good sometimes. Um, I should really get better at that. 7 to 2, William Buick for John Gosden out of this Kitten Joy side horse. But last time out there on Longchamp in France on October the 4th in the Prix Jean Luc Lengal Stakes. My French is horrible, by the way. Also, that was a Group 1 that day. Finished second by a neck. Was a heavy favorite, and he just couldn't get past the winner that day, who was Ultra. Was carrying 126 pounds, is carrying only 122 today, which is the lowest of this horse's career, to be smart. But start before that was at Sandown on September the 16th, and just a conditions lounge race that day. Won by 1 1/4 lengths, just to drop this horse down to really get him going. John Gosden does that a lot with his horses, to drop him in class, just to give him a really good run, and he did deliver that day to a really good in-command run. Then start for that was in the ACOM Stakes at York, August the 19th, Group 3 that day. Finished third by 4 3/4 lengths. He just really never moved that day. Going a mile for the second time in his career. Should really do well here. Biggest question is break from post position number 13. That's why I didn't go with the number 14, Hit a Bomb. I really like that horse, but I just don't know if he could do it from post position number 14. This one is an even bigger question, but I'm gonna go with this one. 7 to 2 here in the American odds. So recap my best for the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Turf. Gonna go with the 6, 11, 13. So now let's get on to race number 7 from Keeneland. What is the 9th running of the Las Vegas Breeders' Cup Dirt Mile, Grade 1, purse $1 million. It's for 3-year-olds and upwards. We have a field of 11 horses traveling 1 mile at Keeneland Racecourse. And a lot of people have been making big shtick about this, about saying, oh yeah, run to the first turn. If you do your math and actually look up something, the run to the first turn is actually, is actually a lot farther. There's actually a shorter run to the first turn at Santa Anita, where it was the last few years. So here you actually have more room to the first turn, which is nice, but a lot of people just don't think about that. But I'm gonna try and beat the favorite here, Liam's Map. I know a lot of people might think that's crazy, but I want to try and really go for a bomb here. Might be doing $1 across the board on each of these horses because they're each over 8 to 1. Gonna go with the 2, 4, 5. I would use Liam's map in pick 4, pick 6, superfecta. But I just want to get a really good bomb here. Number 2, Bradester, 10 to 1. Corey Lannery, who won 2 races at this 1 mile distance during the meet. The first ever he won, and the second ever 1 mile on the main track here at Keeneland. But Bradester, first start at Keeneland, hasn't run since the 30th of August, Monmouth Park 1 mile in the Philip Iceland Stakes, Grade 3. Finished second by 3.5 lengths. He had a 3 wide bid and was just holding second. Cutting back 2 miles should really help this one today. We're figuring out maybe this horse will close on Friday. Trying to figure that out, what this horse is going to do. But then start for that ran the Monmouth Cup at Monmouth Park, mile 16th on August the 12th, formerly known as the Meadowlands Cup when it was run at the Meadowlands. Wish it was back there, but politics, you know. But 1 by 2 3/4 lengths, so a heavy favorite in a field of 6, and he just set the pace and really was gone after that. Really had a decent victory. And then the Salvatore Mile on July the 5th at Monmouth won by 2 lengths at 6-1, and he just again annihilated the field. Really liked this horse. He took this horse to the Godolphin Mile in Maidan in the UAE. Um, and this horse just did nothing. Finished 13th by 22 and 3/4 lengths, and just was never there in the field of 15. He did beat 2 horses to give him credit, but this horse is picking up, is going up into a lot of classes. Last 2 workouts have been bullets. This horse is definitely ready to run. His last workout, Keeneland, 5 furlong workout, 58-3. The best workout, 23, and a 5 furlong workout. A week before that was in 59 flat. The best workout of 15 that day. So gonna go with this one. Those workouts were really impressive, and I'm also gonna go with the 4 horse here, Mr. Z. I just like this horse. A lot of people just don't, but I always like it as a horse, not in the race. But 50-1 Joe Bravo for D. Wayne Lucas for Calumet Farm. Last time out Parks in the Pennsylvania Derby on September the 19th. Finished 4th by 12 lengths. Was setting the pace that day and was just tiring. It just wasn't his best run. Start before that, D. Wayne Lucas wanted to cut this horse back to a distance of 7 furlongs in the King Bishop, and finished 7th by 8 1/4 lengths. And just had a horrible trip. Was 2 to 3 wide in the backstretch. Was 4 wide at the quarter pole, and just really couldn't make up anything after that. This horse ran 2 decent races in a row. And the Indiana Derby finished 2nd by 1 1/4 lengths. He was steadying late in the stretch, so that's why he didn't go that well that day. That race was on the slop hill. I'm not that sure this horse really likes the slop. Start before that was at Thistledowns in the Ohio Derby, an ungraded stakes for $500,000, and won by a nose. And that win was very good. He just wore down everybody that day too. Very nice victory. Has had workouts since September the 19th. His last workout was on October the 25th at Churchill Downs. 4 furlong workout, 49-1, 24th best out of 54. And October the 18th workout at Churchill Downs, 4 furlongs, 48-3. So gonna go with this one. Maybe this horse gets away with it, setting the pace. Those 1 mile races are really gonna be for setting the pace and the pace horses. So gonna go with this one. And I'm also gonna go with number 5, the Lee. 8-1, Jose Lascano for Belmont. This horse was originally going to go into the turf. They cut that plan because he had a really impressive workout on the 26th, what was Monday actually, here at Keeneland. 4 furlong workout, 47-2, just an incredible workout, his best out of 15, the best out of 15 that day. And then actually was training on the turf at Saratoga up until the 20th of this month. But his last start was at September 13th at Woodbine, in the Woodbine Mile, Grade 1. Finished 2nd by half length. Got a 103 buyer that day. Was a heavy favorite. He was just outkicked by the winner that day, who was Moonlist. Hopefully I said that right. Straight before that was in the Whitney at Saratoga. Finished 6th by 11 1/4 lengths. He was bumped in the stretch, was 4 wide into it, so just had a horrible trip. A lot of these horses at Saratoga are just having horrible trips, I noticed. And then it started for that was at Churchill, Mom Latham, Stephen Foster. Finished 2nd by neck and just missed Noble Bird. Was definitely 2nd best that day for sure. And finished 3rd in the Dubai World Cup. But this horse really, if there's something happens where the horses are closing, I really think this horse will really be closing. 8-1 is really given on this horse. This horse is a very incredible horse here. So going to go with this one. Other horses in this field, I kept on looking at, like I said, Liam's bird, Liam's map. I'll put him on like a Superfecta pick 4, pick 6. I'm gonna try and find a price, like I said, but I kept going back to War Envoy here at 31 Rymore. At a War front. Biggest question is the dirt. Ran into America last year in the juvenile turf, but had a disgusting race that they finished 12th by 4 lengths. He just really didn't do nothing. But other horses, Taptrue finished 2nd behind Golden Sense last year. Gold Sense, whatever. But I think I like the 3 horses I have here. I'm going to go 2, 4, 5 here in race number 7 here in the Breeders' Cup Dirt Mile. So now let's get on to race number 8. The 8th race is the eighth running of the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies Turf Grade 1, purse $1 million for fillies, 2-year-olds. We have a field of 15 horses. The 15 horses are also eligible. Going 1 mile here over the turf course at Keeneland. 1 mile. So you can get an idea how the course looks like. That gives me a second to stop speaking. I've been speaking for 15 minutes straight, so you know. But I just found this race again a very wide open race. Gonna go with the 2-3-10 here. Number 2, Thrill, 12-1, owned by Michael Tabor for Todd Pletcher. 3 starts for this horse. Last time out was the 27th of September, Belmont Park in the Miss Gorilla Stakes. Excuse me. Finished second by nose, and it was just tracked 2 to 3 wide, and very game that they just really couldn't catch the winner, the tin type gal who's actually in this race. So, start for those in the P.G. Johnson Stakes, Saratoga, mile 16th. Finished second by 4 lengths. The winner of that race, Harmonized, is running back in this race also, but was brushed and stretched, was 4 wide. His last few starts have been horrible with not saving ground. Break from the rail today really helped this one. Out of Uncle Mo, jockey and trainer of Uncle Mo is riding this horse today, so I think they know what they're doing with this horse. Uncle Mo is not a turf horse, but hopefully this horse has proved he likes turf. Gonna go with this one. Also gonna go with the 3 horse here, number 3, Alice Springs, for John Magnier, Michael Tabor, and Derek Smith. Coolmore again, 6-1, Ryan Moore, Aidan O'Brien trains. Horse is getting first time Lasix here. But last time out the run, Newmarket on October 3rd, 7 furlongs in Tatterfield Millions Trophy. Just an allowance race for $45,000. Won by 4 lengths, a very easy victory, and a very heavy favorite that day he was. He just ran on to a very nice victory. Start before that was actually Newmarket a week before that, actually a few days before that, September 26th, 6 furlongs on a good turf course in the Red Mills Cheveley Park Stakes, Group 1. Finished 4th by 1 3/4 lengths. He just stayed on well that day. This horse has won twice. His first career start at Kirk and his last start at Newmarket. Over the Keeneland course that should be playing a lot like a course in England with all this rain. This horse should really do well. 6-1, Ryan Moore, one of the best riders in the country. So going to go with this one. And I'm also going to go with the 10 horse here. Number 10, Illuminat. Hopefully I said that right. An Irish bred horse here for Denford stud, Richard Hannon trains. Ridden by Frankie Dettori, LaFranco Dettorio. Here at 9-2 here in the American odds. Hasn't started since September 26th at Newmarket in Colin Lee's Red Mill Cheveley Stakes. Finished second by half length. The same race my other horse came out of, who was Alice Springs. But this horse had a second place finish out by half length at 3-1. He just stayed on going well. First time going past 6 furlong distance today should really help this one. Has a bad pose position, I know, but he should really do well here. That was the horse's first start in 2 months. Start before that was actually July 10th at Newmarket, 6 furlongs in the Duchess of Cambridge Stakes Group 2. Won by nose. Had Richard Hughes up, who retired shortly after that, but this horse was just very game that day and held his own, and then ran for Alaska in the Albany Stakes and won by 1.5 lengths, 4-1 his favorite that day also, and he just ran on really well in a field of 18 of Europe's best horses. So he has proven himself at Ascot and at Newmarket. Hopefully he could do well here today. Though that course at Ascot was very dry. Played more like an American turf course, like at San Anito. That's how, because they had no rain. I think they actually had to water it. But he's going to go on to a very wet turf course. I think he should really like it here. 9-2. So recap my bets for recent rate. It's the Juvenile Phillies turf. Going to go with the 2-3-10 here. So now let's get on to race number 9. And 20 minutes later, the 9th race is the 32nd running of the Longines Breeders' Cup Distaff Grade 1, $2 million to go for fillies and mares, 3 years and upwards. we do have a field of 15. Now, there is a scratch. The 15 will enter because there was a scratch of number 11, Untappable. Last year's winner of this race is not going to be running in it, spiked the fever, so they're going to take scratch her. Possibly this horse might come back next year to run in it when it's at Santa Anita again. But it's said that horse is not going to run in it. But going a mile and eighth here, we do have a field, like I said, of 14 now down to the scratch. So Peace, Peace and something is going to run. Peace and Wars. Mile and eighth. Gives me a second to stop speaking. And this race is just even more wide open. The wide open race of the day for day one. Found four horses. Going to probably put into a 10-cent superfecta for 240. But I'm going to actually go with the 1 4 14 15. That was the 1 4 14 15. Number one, I'm a Chatterbacks, 8-1. Florent Giroux at 8-1. Larry Jones trains. Last time out there on the Parks, a mile 16th on September the 19th. And the Cotillion Stakes, grade 1. Won by 2 lengths, was a heavy favorite and just edged off clear. Very nice victory. Start before that was actually in the Alabama Stakes, Saratoga, mile and a quarter on August 22nd. Finished second by 1 1/4 lengths. He was just 6 wide in the upper stretch, and just was all over the place. Really couldn't get his clear course. And start before that again was just a horrible. Was a good start, but got disqualified because this horse just had a horrible stretch run. Won by nose, but got disqualified, placed second because this horse is just drifting out late and interrupted with Corlina's run. When a horse drifts out and it finishes by and wins by nose and it disrupts the other horse, most likely 99.9% of the time the horse will get taken down. They did a right call that day. A lot of people didn't think so, but I think so. But and then that was the horse's first start since the Kentucky Oaks at Churchill. Finished third by 3/4 of a length, ran 3/4 lengths actually. Was 5 wide and was rallying, but just had a lot of traffic trouble that day. And then swept the 3-year-old Philly Stakes at the fairgrounds earlier this year. It's going to go with this one, 8-1, stepping up, facing a lot of good horses for the first time. Not for the first time, but facing the best of the best in this division. So I'm going to go with this one. I'm also going to go with number 4, Stop Charging Maria for 5-1. Javier Castellano for Todd Pletcher. Last time out there on Saratoga on August the 29th in the Person Instant Stakes, Group 1. Grade 1, excuse me. Same thing. But finished 4th by 3 1/4 lengths. Was inside at the Coral Pole and was just weakening that day. A very tiring Saratoga track that day. Start before that was actually Saratoga again, the Chuvy Stakes, mile and 8th. Won by a length. The horse finished behind that horse that day. It was Untappable. Unfortunately, it scratched, but a very nice win that day. It was 2-3 wide at turns, but just went on to win that day into a nice victory. And then a Pimlico mile and 8th in the DuPont Distaff. Won by 4 lengths. And was a heavy favorite and just went off clear. That was the horse's. Well, this horse already has 2 wins at Pimlico. Won the Black Eyed Susan, won that race for this 4-year-old. This horse has a start here at Keeneland. That was on April the 4th in the Madison Stakes of this year. Finished second by half length. Was at the 7th. Was at the 7th path and just had nothing. Really couldn't get on with any the rivals that day. But I'm gonna go with this one, 5-1. Been training decent, really well. Gonna go with this one. I'm also gonna go with the number 14, Sheer Drama, 9-2. Joe Bravo for David Fox. This Gulfstream-based horse hasn't run since the 29th of August. Saratoga, mile and 8th in the Personal Instant Stakes, grade 1. Won by 1 1/4 lengths. This horse had a bit 3 wide at the Coral Pole. Very game that day. Very nice victory. Start before that was actually at Delaware Park, mile and a quarter in the Delaware Handicap. Again, won by 2 lengths. Another very good victory. Just looking at this horse's last few starts have been great. Biggest question with this one, I noticed with these horses coming in from South Florida to run in the Breeders' Cup Distaff, sometimes they don't do as well. Hopefully this horse can really do well today and keep that, what I noticed, those Gulfstream or South Florida horses doing well in this race. I remember a few years ago There's a horse who from South Florida who ran in the distaff. I don't know if it won, but I just remember it. And that just came to mind with this one. But gonna go with this one, 9-2. Joe Bravo deserves this win if he does win. An excellent rider. I don't think he ever won a Breeders' Cup race, but I think he's gonna get one this weekend. I'm also gonna go with number 15, Peace and War. 31, Drayden Van Dyke for Grand Motion. This horse has a win over this course. You have to go back to this horse's 2-year-old campaign, Keeneland, on a wet fast going, mile 16th, in Alcibiades, grade 1. Won by half length, breaking from the outside post position, so has broken on the outside. And was off slow that day, and steady at 3/16 full, but went on to win 23-1. And I made a lot of money that day because I bet this horse. You don't always see a horse coming in from England and running at in a dirt race in America. That's what they did that day, and really did well, and then came back for the Ashland back in the spring and finished them by 17 and a quarter lengths. Just really didn't do well that day. Then finished 8th in the Pat Day Mile over on Derby Day against the boys at Churchill. But then after that was previously trained by Ali Stevens. Now went to Grand Motion, and Cotillion last time out finished third by 4 and a quarter lengths behind two very good horses. You just had a rail trip and was just weakening as the race went on. A very tough, demanding course that at Parks. And then start 4, that was Delaware Park and Delaware Oaks. Finished second by 1 3/4 lengths and was very game that day. As an upsetter, I really think this horse could do it at 31, so or at least get the exotics. So gonna go with this one. So recap my bets for the Breeders' Cup Distaff, which is race number 9. I'm gonna go with the 1, 4, 14, 15. Probably gonna do a 10-cent super box here for $2.40. So that's what we can do. Top pick is a very hard race to find one selection. So if you follow me on Twitter, that's just one of the races you have to go and find my top selection here on Twitter to follow me. But all 4 of them have a chance to really think. I really think here. So now let's get on to race number 10, finally, after 27 minutes and 12 seconds. The 10th race is the 8th running of the marathon, formerly known as Breeders' Cup Marathon, Las Vegas Marathon, Grade 2 purse, $200,000 for 3-year-olds and up, going 14 furlongs, I think. A mile and 3/4 here. Surprised I haven't lost my voice yet. Feel it going. A mile 3/4. And I found 2 horses here earlier. I'm going to do an exact box here of the 4-9. Number 4, Neck and Neck. Paco Lopez at 3-1. Last time out, they're running Keeneland 1 mile on October the 9th, an optional 100,000 claimer. Finished second by 1 1/4 lengths at 1 mile. He just tracked at the 3 path and was just hung that day. The longer this horse goes, he really likes. Start before that was actually at Parks, a mile and a half on September the 7th in the Greenwood Cup. Won by half length. I was really fighting and driving that day. I just really like this horse. Going long should really do wonders for this horse. At Keeneland 3-0, but has 2 second place finishes. Another second place finish was in the Ben Ali Stakes back in the spring of this year. But he ran twice over a mile and a quarter, actually, or if you want to think about it, a mile and a quarter and over. Ran into Suburban, finished 4th that day. I ran the Brooklyn Handicap, finished 5th. Really was tiring that day, but I really think this course should really play for this one. Has done decent over it. 3-1, Paco Lopez knows what he's doing. I'm also going to go with the 9 horse here, number 9, Majestic Harbor, 7-2, Corey Lannery. For Paul McGee. This horse actually ran last year's Breeders' Cup Classic, if you don't remember. It finished 13th by 4 1/4 lengths, beat 1 horse that day. Just had a horrible trip, just had no rally also. But last start was actually at Parks, mile and a half in the Greenwood Cup. Finished second by a half length, and he was doing very, very, just wanted to go, but just missed. I really think the distance should really help, should really be wonders to this horse. Start before that was at Mountaineer, mile and 8th, mile 16th in West Virginia's Governor Stakes. Finished there by 6.5 lengths. Had a wide rally, and being 6 wide, you really can't catch a lot of horses that day. So, gonna go with this one. So, to recap my bets for race number 10 from the Breeders' Cup Marathon, or the Marathon, as you want to call it, gonna go with the 4-9 here in race number 10. Good luck to all. Please follow me on Twitter at 316fix for more selections. Good luck, everybody.